Close Jeffrey and Catherine Vekor didn't make a ton of money, but they used it wisely. Here's how they put all 6 of their kids through school. USA Today. Many American families have 2 to 3 children that they have to consider sending to college. Imagine having double or even triple that number of young people seeking higher education. That was the task at hand for Jeffrey and Catherine Vekor, sending 6 kids to college, and taking on as little debt as possible in the process. It was always important for the Addison Township, Mich. couple that their children finish college. Things don't always go as you plan in life, Jeffrey says. With a degree, they'd be able to get jobs and support themselves and their families. Saving enough money to put a child through college can seem like an insurmountable goal. According to the College Board, in 2016-2017 tuition and fees at a public 4-year college or university cost $9,650 on average. For out-of-state students, that amount rises to nearly $25,000, and at private schools more than $33,000, and that's not even including room and board. But for the Vekors, preparation allowed them to do it not once, but over and over again. All that planning paid off. Today, all of the Vekor children are out on their own. 4 work in the medical industry with careers in various areas of nursing, and 1 is a surgical technician. The other 2 chose careers in education and public relations. More. Are you putting other savings ahead of your kids' higher education? Why that might be a good idea. More. Wells Fargo customer says ATM phone scam almost breached his bank account. More. From hashtags to comments, 4 steps to get more followers on Instagram. Or how to grow your YouTube channel. Here are 8 tips for success. The road to educating their children wasn't always easy. Here's how the Vekors tackled it, step by step. Set limits. The Vekors decided to pay for tuition, but if the children wanted to go away to school, they'd have to pay for their own room and board. Each child ended up going to school locally, so they lived at home. The Vekors also agreed to pay for each child to get a bachelor's degree, but the children would have to pay for any additional degrees themselves. Break the goal into manageable chunks. If one child was going to be in school, the Vekors estimated they would need to have saved roughly $13,000 for that academic year. At one point, they had 3 children in college at the same time, so they made sure they had at least $39,000 saved for each of those years. Taking it 1 year at a time made the task less stressful and helped the couple focus on exactly how much they needed at any given time. Take advantage of free money. Jeffrey worked for General Motors, and the company offered a $1,500 tuition reimbursement benefit that cut down the amount the Vekors had to save for each child. Also, a couple of the children received scholarships and other sources of financial aid. For example, one daughter received a $5,000 grant each year. Increase your earning potential. They worked off shifts, which came with premium pay and allowed Jeffrey and Catherine to save money on childcare since one parent was typically home. I'd work afternoons, so I'd go in at 3:30 until 11:30, says Catherine, who is a nurse. Jeffrey also worked overtime and a second job during the summers to make more money. If you borrow, have a strict plan for that, too. The Vekors were determined to give each child the gift of free tuition. However, during the years when multiple children were in college, they fell short of their savings goal. To make good on their promise, they took out a $25,000 loan to make up the difference. However, they had no intention of staying mired in debt, and put a plan in place to pay the balance off in 4 years. Keep costs down. The Vekors were able to save more by living frugally. They didn't take lavish vacations, did without expenses such as cable, and they drove their cars for about 10 years before replacing them. 2 of the children went to community college for the first 2 years before transferring to a 4-year college, which kept tuition costs down. Once all 6 children had been educated, the Vekors looked to the next generation. They've opened up college savings accounts for each of their 5 grandchildren and make regular deposits instead of giving other types of gifts. They have a lot of aunts and uncles who give them all the toys they'll ever need, Jeffrey Vekor says. More advice for saving for college. The sooner you start saving, the better, but it's never too late to make a difference, says Dana Branham, a Lexington, Kentucky-based financial advisor with Lasting Legacy Wealth Management. Here's how to make the greatest impact. Set up a 529 plan. People who open these tax-advantaged college savings plans typically save more. The average amount saved in a 529 plan was $7,534, compared to $6,043 in a general savings account, according to Sally May's study How America Saves for College 2016. Be okay with not saving at all. The average cost of tuition, fees, room and board at a 4-year private college was $45,370 per year in 2016-2017, according to the College Board. You may not be able to save the entire amount, Branham says. Look for scholarships and other sources of aid to fill in the gaps. Having children attend a public 4-year college in your state will also cut down on costs. Encourage others to contribute. Family members and friends will want to buy your child gifts and toys. Tell people to instead contribute to the college fund, Branham advises. Don't sacrifice your retirement. Never cut back on retirement savings to pay for a child's education. There are no loans for retirement, Branham says. Read or share this story, https://usat.ly/2so3.